You are watching NetSoft IT Academy. 905-812-2923. info@netsoftakademy.com. www.netsoftakademy.com.
Hello and welcome to your first episode in our Microsoft Endpoint Configuration Manager, or MECM series. Whether you are brand new to MECM or just brushing up your skills, well, this video and this course will help you to get a solid foundation on MECM. I will break down what MECM is, its core capabilities, and how it fits into a bigger Microsoft umbrella, that is Microsoft Endpoint Manager Suite. Well, let's start with MECM. It stands for Microsoft Endpoint Configuration Manager. It is also used to be called SCCM, that is System Center Configuration Manager. I will talk about this later, but what is this application? Well, MECM is an on-premises management solution that helps IT teams, or you can say help desk team, to manage large number of devices in a corporate environment or a large enterprise environment. Well, the System Center Configuration Manager was just the old name of this product. But as of recent versions, it's officially a part of Microsoft Endpoint Manager family. So the name changed to MECM. So what did it actually do for you? Well, MECM allows for a comprehensive control over devices, from operating system deployment to application delivery, patch management, updates management, or just maintaining a general compliance of your environment, and even generating rich reports. Well, MECM can do it all. Now remember, when this product was a part of a previous application package called System Center, at that time it used to be called SCCM, System Center Configuration Manager, where System Center had multiple other products. When this product was actually moved to Microsoft Endpoint Management family, the name changed to Microsoft Endpoint Configuration Manager. Well, MECM is a core component of a broader Microsoft Endpoint Manager ecosystem, which also includes Microsoft Intune, that is a cloud-native device management solution, Autopilot, that is for Windows device provisioning, Endpoint Analytics, and many more services. Well, Intune here in this ecosystem focuses on cloud-based management, and MECM shines in a more traditional on-premises environment, especially in enterprises with complex infrastructure. So remember, MECM gives you more, I will say, in-depth control, on-premises environment flexibility, and also granular deployment. On the other hand, Intune gives you more modern, lightweight, cloud-native management solution. So let's discuss some of the key features of MECM. Let's start with software deployment. Well, if your IT team wants to deploy application to thousands of computers all over the world, it can be done. Whether you want to deploy .msi packages or .exe, or even you want to deploy application with the help of scripts, all of that can be done with MECM. You can also control the timing of your application delivery. Also, the user interaction. Whether the user is present on the machine, that is all okay. But if the user is not even there, MECM can actually wake the computers on LAN and then initiate the installation of the application. Plus, the installation behavior can also be controlled, where the application can be installed silently in the background. And even more flexibility is offered by MECM. There's a lot to learn there. Let's move to the next, I will say, a very important feature, that is patch management. Here, your IT team can keep your Windows and third-party application up to date. MECM integrates properly with WSUS, yet another service of Windows Server, which also provide a robust control over your update management, including deadlines, maintenance windows, and reporting. Then we can move to OS deployment. Operating system deployment is also a very crucial feature of MECM. Here, your IT team can make task sequences to automate operating system deployment. Well, if you want to deploy operating system to just a bare metal, it can be done. Or you can also provision in-place upgrades to all your Windows devices. Then, how can we forget about compliance setting? Well, your company or your organization can also create compliance baseline and also monitor the compliance of your environment, especially to enforce organizational policies. Like BitLocker is crucial. You need to use that. Or there must be an antivirus software installed and up to date. Or just a password complexity policy. MECM can also be used in two primary modes. The first mode is on-premises only, where everything runs within your company's local data center. The other mode is cloud attached, where MECM connects with Microsoft Intune and Azure Entra ID for added functionality. Well, remember, attaching MECM with Intune is not replacing MECM itself. It actually enhances the capability of MECM. Intune and MECM both work together. Now, when MECM connects with Intune, it offers more functionality like tenant attach, co-management, and you can even use cloud-based analytical tools, and many more cloud services. This actually gives you the best of both worlds, traditional control as well as cloud flexibility. Now, co-management allows you to manage Windows 10 or 11 devices with both MECM and Intune. This is actually a very common strategy for organizations who are transitioning to a more modern management solution. Here, you can shift workloads more gradually. For example, you can keep the application deployment structure in MECM and move the compliance policy to Intune. Well, co-management will offer a flexible path to your organization to move to cloud solutions. Let's take a quick peek at MECM console. Like, this is where the magic happens. From this console, you can manage devices and collections, deployments, compliance baselines, task sequences, updates, and much more. We'll look into the architecture in the future videos, but right now, let's move to the console and how it actually looks like. All right, so this is my sandbox environment where I have one ADDS, one CAS, one primary site, and one secondary site. So let me show you how the console looks like right now. If I open my primary site and go to Start and then find Microsoft Configuration Manager, you will see this option, Configuration Manager Console. Click on it, and the console will open. I know it looks very much overwhelming right now, but go step by step. It is not that difficult once you get a hang of it. So in the console, on the left-hand side, you will see this blade where you have options like Asset and Compliance, Software Library, Monitoring, Administration, and Community. If you go to Asset and Compliance, you will see options like Users, which will show you all the users in your Active Directory. Then the device will show you all the discovered devices in your environment. And if you see a cross or a green check, that means the client is installed on these devices. It will also tell you over here, client, yes, it is installed. Yes, yes. Cross means that the machine is offline. So that is true, actually. All these machines are off right now. I only turned on one machine, that is workstation 02 over here. And this is showing me that, yes, a client is installed, and this client is accessible by MECM. Then you have user collection. User collection is just user groups. Then you have device collection, where you can create device groups. You can create your own collection and put the devices inside it. But remember, the devices must be discovered first. Then you have orchestration group. If you want to, let's say, use automation in your environment, user state migration. Right now, I don't have any migration going on, but user state migration means that when someone is upgrading their operating system from the old one to the new one, they don't want to actually do it from scratch. They want to preserve their data. So user state migration will do, what it will do is, first MECM will back up all the user profile data in a buffer location. Then it will perform the upgrade to the latest operating system, and then it will copy back the data to the new operating system. This way, the user will get the latest operating system and all the old data. Then you have asset intelligence, where you can find the catalog, hardware requirements, inventory softwares. So this is all about maintaining the digital assets. Then you have software metering here, compliance settings, endpoint protection, which means all about antivirus policy, your scanning and malware scanning policies, and much more. Then you have all corporate owned devices, which will show up over here. Because you might have Windows plus Linux plus iOS and Android devices. So here you will see the collection of all the devices. So that is your asset and compliance. Now, if you want to push or deploy an application, you want to push an update for the software, you want to deploy operating system, you want to do Windows servicing, desktop analytics servicing, Microsoft Edge management, this is your browser management, Office 365 client management, or Windows 11 upgrade readiness. If you want to check if all the all the systems in your environment, if they're ready for Windows 11 upgrade or not. Or do you want to run scripts? Everything will be done in software library. Then, if you want to monitor your environment, you want to set up alerts, you want to query, or you want to run a query to fetch a particular data, you can run it over here. You want to generate reports, that can be done over here. Then you want to see the site hierarchy. Right now, my site hierarchy is not that big, but big enterprises may have multiple primary sites here. So as you can see, I have one CAS and one primary site. Secondary site is still in progress. It will show up under primary site. Then you have system status. These are all my deployments. I actually installed some softwares, which you can see. And over here, you can check the status for every software you deployed. It will show you like this. Green means it's done successfully. Gray means that right now there is no activities going on. Yellow means in progress. Red means there is an error. And blue means that there are some requirements or prerequisites which are not met. Right, then you have your site status, where you can see the components, if every role or every site role is working properly or not, if all the components are healthy or not. So green means healthy. It will show red cross if a component is not working properly. Then conflicting records, and so much more. So this whole tab is just used to monitor your environment. Then you have administration. This is where you create your structure, you maintain your hierarchy, you deploy new roles, you deploy new sites, you maintain your management point, you maintain your distribution point, you maintain your other roles. So this whole tab is for administration. So this is for updates and servicing for your MECM. Then if you go to hierarchy configuration, this is where you will see discovery methods. So you enable this to discover a specific resource in your environment. As you can see, I enabled forest group, system, user discovery, as well as heartbeat discovery is also turned on. Then you have your boundaries. Again, boundaries simply means that what network section you are controlling. So a company can have multiple small networks all over the place, right? So every network segment can become a boundary in itself. Then if you have multiple boundaries, you can also group those boundaries together. That is your boundary group. Then you can also connect or, integrate your Exchange servers. You can check your database replication. As you know, that CAS, or you will actually get this information in the future videos. But here, CAS is connected to primary site is connected to your secondary site. So here it is telling you that the CAS in the primary site database is properly configured and it is replicating. And here you go, your primary site, your CAS, and your secondary site. Everything is configured. And this is where you will see your Active Directory forest, the Active Directory with which this environment is controlled. It is all connected to this Active Directory. Then you have your cloud services. If you are co-managing your environment, means if you integrate this with Intune. Then you have your site configuration. This is where you can see your site structure. As you can see, primary site is up and ready. Secondary site is still under progress. If I click on show status, begin downloading and verifying installation files. So it is still installing the secondary site. And then here you will see all the roles installed on both servers. So if I click on primary site, these are all the roles installed on primary site, and these are the roles installed on secondary site. Then you have client settings. So here you can create your own custom client settings and push it or deploy it to all your end clients. And all the machines have to follow the policy you will configure over here. Then we have security. Here, basically you do the RBAC stuff, role-based access control. Right now, I only have one user that is my administrator. I don't have many because this is just a demo environment. But in a big organization, there will be multiple users doing their own job, and everyone will have their own capabilities. So once you have a user here, you can right-click on it and go to Properties. Then click on Security Roles and decide which role you want to provide that user. Right now, I gave this user full administrator control. So of course, this user can do everything. But let's say you want to limit the access, then you can select the scope or admin privilege you want to give to a particular user. You just select it and you click OK, and that user will get that privilege. Here are all the roles which you can apply. You can read about it, description is given. Every role will have its own specific duty. These are the security scopes. These are all the accounts in my MECM environment. I only have one, but you can create more. All the certificates for trusting other servers or other site servers. Console connections. Again, both primary site and secondary site are connected. Then this will show you the distribution points. Right now, there's only one distribution point in primary site. Eventually, you will see one more once your secondary site is up and ready. And then you have your migration options as well. And then you have your community. This is where you can go and find the answer for the known issues. So you can get community help. And that's it. This is the dashboard. Everything is done from this dashboard. So once you know your task, you will perform it from this dashboard or maybe from CAS. Now, in big environments or in enterprise environments, you are not going to control every aspect of this dashboard.
you might be allowed to, let's say, create applications and then deploy it. If this is your job description, then you will just stay inside this scope. Everything else will be grayed out. You cannot even click on it. So I hope the dashboard is somewhat clear at this point.
And that wraps up our MECM overview. You now understand what it is, how it fits into Endpoint Manager ecosystem, and what makes it a powerful tool for managing enterprise environments. In the next episode, we will explore CAS, that is Central Administration Site. That is the brain of any large MECM infrastructure. So stick around for that. If this video helped you, please hit like and subscribe and drop your question in the comment section. I would love to help you with that. Take care.
Thank you for watching NetSoft IT Academy. 905-812-2923. info@netsoftatacademy.com. www.netsoftatacademy.com.